can see, I think I lost my voice from class yesterday. I want you guys to give us some takeaways of what you guys got from me. You guys were with me for what, 12 hours this weekend. It was crazy. Cheryl, what was the takeaway that you got from this weekend being with me? Try not to disclose too much of the things that we talked about in class, but what was something that you got from the class?
Yeah, the whole thing was just mind-blowing. I think that it really is easy. I love the way you taught. The co-teaching kind of thing is, walk the step by step. And I mean, that was just huge for me.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
But I just think
I love it.
Just encouraging us that this really is possible. I mean, that's my big takeaway, that you guys are all real. This is possible.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that hard. I mean, I know it's going to take a lot of work and time, but I'm very excited.
I like that you said that. Guys, these people in here that's making this income, they're not robots. They're really not. They're really not. They all have similar stories, just like each and every one of you guys. You're not robots. I love that. Thank you so much. Casey, what was your takeaway?
Well, my big takeaway is the simplicity that you explain the things and the way that you shift my mind in another perspective and thinking in a more positive way, in a positive frequency instead of a lower negative frequency. It really changed a lot on me. So I have something to tell you though. In these 2 days, when you show us one of the classes of the funnels, so I used 2.0. So I copied one of them and it was about a book. So now I'm having leads coming in and I got one sale yesterday.
So you took my class yesterday.
Wow.
You took my class yesterday.
Saturday.
You implemented the shit that I taught you and you made your first sale.
Yes. I don't use 1.0, so I have to redo it in 2.0. I kind of mimic the same thing.
Doesn't matter. Now, what I want you to, Casey, is I want you to tell everyone a piece of information that you gave me yesterday as well about you 12 months ago. Because now you see, you just made your first sale in one day. You could have did this 12 months ago had you not operate through fear. But there's a lot of people in here that's going to choose to operate through fear. I want you to save those people right now.
So my story was that I already knew Live Satori for last year thanks to Trang. So the reason why I have a lot of fear was because I saw a lot of bad comments about Junior. Then I saw Trang and I thought she was getting a quick buck out of me. So I still bought the course and I was like, well, I'm just going to buy the course and try to see it. But then I just started working on the weekends. So I was like, I don't think it's a big of a deal. So I just missed it out. And yeah, then 12 months later, I was like, no, I got to get back at it. And I personally went and talked to Trang and I was like, well, I'm for real now. I see all the results that you're bringing in. So I was curious and learned.
Very good. 12 months ago, Trang was probably at $200,000, correct? Casey, correct? $200,000? Trang was around $200,000?
I didn't know how much she was making at that time, but I knew that she was kind of like making money. Yeah.
So 12 months ago, he purchased the same exact class that he attended this weekend that helped him make his first sale 12 months ago. He's seen some negative reviews. People that, and I'll be brutally honest, people that don't have a life. So all they have to do is perpetuate negativity. So Casey fell for it, all right? You know the saying, misery loves company? How many guys ever heard of that saying? Wiggle your hands. Misery loves company. So miserable people are always going to try to find other people to latch onto and pull them into their misery. Casey fell victim of that. Casey sat down, he around for 12 months and found out, right? 12 months later, he came in, he took the class. I honestly didn't even know until yesterday that he had purchased prior, until I had him speak about appreciation. And then 24 hours after, he was able to make his first sale. 24 hours after. Guys, give a huge round of applause to Casey for that. That's sexy. Without being in my mentorship. Casey, are you in my mentorship?
Not yet. No, not yet.
Not yet? Even better. 24 hours later, Casey made his first sale without needing to be in my mentorship. Because we have a lot of people that says, oh, the only people making money is in the mentorship. No, that's not true. Follow the process. It's the same process. I'm awesome. All right, Stuart, how was class for you this weekend?
Yeah, it was great. I got a lot of notes. Yes, I think this is definitely doable. It looks like something I can even do.
Right, what is the takeaway that you got from class?
That it looks with some hard work. I mean, it looks pretty easy. It doesn't look too far above my head. I mean, that's the big thing I got off of it. And that it's real. Yes, of course.
It's easy. It's real. It's something that can be done. It's not this imaginary fairy dust tale thing. I love it. Awesome. Perfect. Tiffany, what was the takeaway that you got from class this weekend? That's okay.
I'm here. The big takeaway from class was, I'm going to be honest with you, Junior, we all said yes to, for last night, my fear base came in, but my faith base overridden my fear base. So otherwise, I would have totally said, nope, I'm not doing it. So that helped me change my mindset.
So what you're saying is I taught you something that made you realize how much you operate through fear.
Yes.
And now that I taught you how much you operate through fear, you can now hit that switch and say, holy crap, no, I'm operating through fear. Let me change that a little bit, and then you operate through faith so that I can actually get the things that I want. That's a great takeaway. It's a great takeaway. I love it. I love it. I love it. Spencer, what was your takeaway from class last night, or for the past 2 days, this weekend?
Yeah, well, I feel like from my perspective, maybe be a little biased because I have already kind of been.
Yeah, he's already been here. His wife has made like a crap ton of money, so his wife got him in here. So
Yeah, so kind of I've kind of been in the background for those 2 months she's been here, but even still, like just going through it with you in the last 2 days, it's opened my mind up a lot to things that I need to work on personally. Kind of what Tiffany said, about acting out of fear, and it's definitely something I've done pretty much my whole life. So something I need to work on, but also just like, whatever you put your mind and your focus to, that's what you're going to get back in return. So that's one huge takeaway I had. So I'm just stoked to get started and follow in Kayla's footsteps and be successful. So
perfect. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey Shireen, how are you? Hey Shireen, what's up? How are ya? You don't wave at me, Shireen? Oh, she's on the phone. Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. Cedric, what was your takeaway?
Well, in the past 30 to 45 days, I've went through 2 of these weekend courses. One put the fright into me, and then yours put the delight into me. I mean, after leaving the last course, I was scared, didn't know what I was going to do. The way that came across to me was like money to do all this kind of stuff. You need to buy this, you need to buy that. But then when I came to yours was real. I got a sense that, plus the community aspect, everybody's here, everybody's cheering, everybody's excited to be a part of this program. I mean, and then the stuff that you taught us over the weekend, the stuff that I kind of knew in the back of my head, but you brought it kind of like a slap in the face. Wake up! This is life. This is what we need to do to get back into life, not just sit at home and go do my softball on the weekends and then just sit at home all day and look in the mirror and say, watching TV and Netflix and stuff of that nature. But it's the excitement of it all that just says, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to make money. I'm ready to help out my family. That's the excitement that I haven't had, since I left Air Force. But it's there, and it's something new to me.
That's amazing. I'm happy that we can be a part of that, man. Seriously. How many of you guys are excited about life? With your hands, all right? And that's one of the things I'm actually going to speak about later today. Cedric, you kind of like took the words out of my mouth, actually. I'm going to be talking about something really kind of similar. But yeah, I love that. I love that. I love that. Tom, how was your class with me this weekend?
For starters, you explained it in a way which is a lot easier than I thought it was. Someone else told me it was a lot more complicated, but this was a lot simpler. Number 2, you actually reminded me of the teachings of an old friend of mine, the power of the mind, positive thinking, great attributes to great action, great attitude, and so forth. And then the one teaching where you had the 4 blocks, you're going back and forth, the good and bads. And then at the end, you're doing your animated thing. And you said, I'm focused, but I'm still fearful. I'm like, holy that's me. I was like, that right there is what I got to fix. I can be focused, but there's still the inkling of fear in there.
And that's real, isn't it?
Yes.
Right? Sometimes we self-sabotage ourselves. Actually, not sometimes. All the times we self-sabotage ourselves and we don't even know it. We don't even know how or when we're self-sabotaging ourselves. And I'm so grateful to be able to work with you guys this weekend to actually put it in your face so you guys can see it. You guys can see it, be in it, notice it, and change it. So I appreciate you guys for being here with me this weekend. Venikar, last but not least, Venikar. She ran out on us. You know, she was supposed to help us teach class. She ran out on us. She was afraid, you know. How was class?
It was pretty awesome. I really learned a lot. The best thing that really opened up my mind is when that before the end, that for the operate by fear and by faith. So it really up to me to make it happen. I have to do something different of my life to be able to make it happen, because as you said, and we all know about it, that insanity is doing same thing over and over again and expect the same result. So something has to happen in a different way to be able for me to see results. And it is a wonderful time.
Absolutely, I love it. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Guys, let's give a huge round of applause to every one of you, everyone that actually came to class this weekend. Let's give them a round of applause. Awesome. Abigail, check your messages. I did a small exercise in class yesterday. Like, I swear to you guys, I just came up with it out of nowhere. I thought about it, I thought about the concept, and I came up with it. And I was just like, holy crap. This puts everything that I've been saying into words. Like, not into words, but into action, right? It displayed a photo, an image, a vision of everything that I've been saying to you guys. Because unfortunately, you know, words can only go so far, right? Words can only, how many of you guys agree words can only go so far? With your hands, you have kids, you know, you talk to them and they don't get the point, but until something happens, they see something, that's when they're like, oh, shit, okay, I'm not gonna do that anymore. How many of you guys have kids or you experience something like that with your hands? All right, so cool, very good. So, so that's why you gave it to me. I thought you gave it to me to eat. Okay, good, awesome. All right, so I wanted to tell you guys a little bit of a story. I was gonna do like a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air kind of intro to it, but I'm not. But back in the days, I was a piece of shit. How many of you guys agree that there was once upon a time that you were a piece of you were a horrible person, you did horrible things, you were involved in stupid things, right? So I'll tell you guys a little bit of a backstory of where I'm coming from and you know, the lifestyle that I used to live. So I used to make music and I lived in New York. So me being, you know, an artist, I'm someone that performs, I have a lot of connections with DJs and club promoters and you know, party promoters, all those things, right? And on my downtime, I would host events, right? Because I wouldn't perform every week, and there were some clubs that didn't really need performers every week. And I needed to stay relevant. How many of you guys have a favorite musician that just disappeared and they're not relevant and you completely forgot about them? Wiggle your hands? Yeah, right? How many of you guys been following the Kendrick Lamar shit that's been happening? Wiggle your hands? Kendrick Lamar? Oh, no one? Okay, very good. 1, 2 people. How many of you guys remembered Kendrick Lamar 6 months ago? Right? None of you guys, right? Because it's just like, he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't relevant until he made himself relevant. So in the music industry, your job is to be relevant. Your job is to show up, be places, create drama, do a bunch of stupid right? That used to be the life that I used to have to live. Not by force, of course, but by choice, right? I made those choices. I'm gonna hold myself completely accountable. I made those choices to be a retard, all right? And in those times, I never really, you know, my friends, they would take cocaine and all those things. I was never really into that. I never tried it, never wanted to try it, never got involved in it. My party starter of choice would be weed. So I'll just smoke weed all day. Now, when I started doing these, like hosting these events in different clubs, and not only getting hosting these events in different clubs, but being able to connect emerging talent into these clubs, my job was to, again, it's New York, my job was to bring a bunch of the tourists into the clubs, right? How many of you guys ever been to New York? Wiggle your hands. All right, so if you've been to New York, anywhere, you know, downtown Manhattan, you know, the west side of Brooklyn, you would know that there's a lot of clubs. There's a lot of, like, the party scene. There's a lot of going on, right? My job was to be able to find these tourists that's coming for vacation and bring them into the clubs, right? How did I do that? Well, normally when you go to a party or, you know, a club or something like that, there's an entry fee. How many of you guys ever been to a club and had to pay an entry fee with your hands? All right, great. So what my job was I would meet these girls. I wouldn't meet guys, I'll just be honest. I was not interested in bringing guys, right? So my job was just to meet these girls. I would bring them into the club and I would get pretty much free drinks all night, right? And I could get them, you know, drinks if they'd like and stuff like that. And the rest is history. I'm not gonna go into detail of everything else. But I started drinking a lot, right? Because think about it. I'm hosting Thursdays and Wednesdays, 2 clubs on Thursdays, 1 on Wednesday, and then we have like little off shows on Saturdays and some things, not really much on Mondays, but like there's like a bunch of happening. So I developed an alcohol habit. How many of you guys have ever developed an alcohol habit? With your hands? Great. I'm going out every night and I would just pretty much drink alcohol. And then I would smoke weed to make sure that I don't get too crazy. And then I'll come down because I'm smoking weed and I'll drink more alcohol. It was like this, I used weed as cocaine or whatever the case is, right? And then I met one person. It was my ex-girlfriend. Ironically enough, this was one of my nights that I was hosting. And I didn't meet her, I didn't bring her into the club. I was just being a douchebag and I seen her, thought she was, I was under the influence of alcohol. And I just started speaking to her and then, you know, we met up later on and all that stuff. While I was hosting, drinking alcohol, super fucking drunk, I met this girl and we started hanging out. And she didn't fucking eat meat. How many of you guys ever met a fucking vegan before? With your hands? And you see them, you're like, what the is wrong with you? Like, are you like crazy, right? So she was really, really health conscious. She didn't eat meat. She didn't drink alcohol. Well, she drank alcohol, but very, very socially, right? Like extremely socially, like once a month type of alcohol. She didn't really like weed. It's crazy. No one has ever actually asked me, how come I don't eat things like McDonald's? Back in these times, I didn't have money. So I would literally go to McDonald's and I would buy a hot chocolate and French fries. That would literally be my meal for the day. How many guys like McDonald's French fries? Like, I kind of preferred them, right? Like over Burger King French fries was too like fatty, like too much potatoes. McDonald's was just like, just right? Just perfect. So she wouldn't eat these things and I didn't understand why. But then just by me being around her over a period of time, not going to these places, not eating meat around her, because I can't kiss her if I eat meat, can I? Not really, right? Because then she's technically a meat eater at that point. So I had to watch my diet. I had to watch what I ate. And over a period of time, I found myself not eating McDonald's, not eating Burger King, not eating Wendy's, not eating these fast food garbage. She didn't drink sodas. So guess what I stopped drinking? Soda. How many of you guys would love to eliminate fast food out of your diet, but it's so fucking hard? Like, McDonald's make it so fucking hard to eliminate out of our diet, right? With your hands, very good. I didn't try to eliminate it out of my diet. I met somebody that it didn't align with. I met somebody that pushed me to be a different version of myself. And that's how I stopped eating fast food. That's how I stopped drinking sodas. That's also how I stopped drinking alcohol, because she didn't like it. She didn't like the drinking, and apparently I kind of liked her. So it's just like, do I listen to her complain about me drinking, or do I just not drink to begin with? All right? How many of you guys have to go through that before? With your hands? It's like that deadly choice, like, you know what, I'd rather not hear you complain. So that's how I stopped drinking, and in fact, that's also how I cut back my chain smoking habits. I used to literally chain smoke. I would have 2 more rolled before I finished the first one. And while I'm smoking, I'd be rolling another one because I just didn't feel like I was there as yet. She got me to stop chain smoking. In fact, I'd have to smoke every time I ate and before I eat. For me to have an appetite to eat, I would have to smoke. I'm saying all of this to say, don't you guys think I would have rather not have these chains on me? Don't you think I would have preferred a life where I'm not spending money on sodas and spending money on McDonald's and having to bow down to the smoking addiction and having to drink alcohol every other night? Don't you think I would rather not have those things? How many of you guys have tried to quit your addictions? Wiggle your hands. You've tried by yourself to quit your addictions. Whatever addiction it is, I don't care what it is. It could be a hot dog addiction, a Netflix addiction, a whatever addiction, right? A procrastination addiction. but somehow, some way, we just can't seem to shake it. I spoke about this in class, and I've been kind of really like diving into this concept. There's something called Newton's law. Well, we all know about Newton's law. But this particular law states whatever is in action or whatever is active remains active unless acted upon by a force equal or greater than. And whatever is at rest remains at rest unless acted upon by a force equal or greater than. I'm gonna get back to that in a second. But before I do, I want us to think of a time when things were just working for us. Boom, 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 boom. Things were just happening for us. How many of us remember a time where things was just working for us with your hands? And it felt like we were damn near unstoppable. Correct or incorrect? Because we were active. We built up momentum, and our momentum carried us until we hit a halt. But we didn't hit a halt by ourselves. Something stopped us. We didn't stop ourselves. Something stopped us. Every one of us wants to change our lives. How many of you guys want to change your life? Wiggle your hands. Abigail, is she in here? Okay. Everyone wants to change their lives. Everyone wants to be independent. Everyone wants to be, everyone perfect. Very good. Oh, sweetie, you're gonna love this, all right? Everyone wants to be independent. Everyone wants to change their own lives. Everyone wants to be their own catalyst. But my statement to you guys is, can you change your own life? Yes or no? Guys, that was in my class this weekend. You guys can't answer because I'm gonna cover something I covered yesterday, right? Can you guys change you guys' life? Yes or no? Kim Gorhan, can you change your own life? Robbie Labine, can you change your own life? Tina, can you change your own life? Patty, Robert, Will, can you change your own life? See, everyone wants to believe that we can be our own force. Note what I just said. This is a scientific law. This has been proven. This is not just me saying it. There's someone smarter than me that made this statement. Whatever is active remains active unless acted upon by force equal or greater than, and whatever is inactive, whatever is at rest remains at rest unless acted upon by force equal or greater than. You cannot be your own force. Yeah, Patty, you cannot be your own force. Check this out. I did this experiment yesterday. I found it so funny and interesting, actually. Can you guys see my water bottle? Can you guys see my water bottle? Yes or no? Whatever is at rest remains at rest unless acted upon by a force equal or greater than. This is you. How many of you guys feel like you are at rest? You're trying so hard, but nothing is, wiggle your hands. You are trying so hard. You're doing a bunch of things. Nothing is working for you. Wiggle your hands. No matter what you do, it's like one step forward, one step backward. Wiggle your hands. You guys are at rest. You guys are at rest. This is you. Move. Water bottle, I urge you to move. Well, this is fucking strange. The water bottle isn't moving by itself. I thought I had telepathy or some shit like that. I expected this water bottle to move. Water bottle, I command you to move. Why is it not moving, guys? Why is my water bottle not moving? I'm confused. Why is no matter what we do, we are not moving? Why? It needs an outside force. It needs an outside force to move, but not just any outside force. I have a pack of chocolate nibbles. Right? We're gonna see if the chocolate nibbles, right, could move my water bottle, right? Right here. We're just gonna push it. Did my water bottle move? But I thought you said we needed an outside force. Why did my water bottle move? I thought we needed an outside force. Ah, Jason said not equal or greater than. So let's try this water bottle. Let's see what happens here. This seems like it's equal. Wow. What happened, guys? What happened? It's not gravity. I understand you want to be smart. That's not gravity. It moved because the force was equal. So my statement again to you guys, can we change our own lives? Yes or no? Now, no matter how much we try to, yes, I can do this by myself. I can change my life by myself. Oh, I could just read this fucking book by myself. Oh, I can build this fucking thing by myself. Can we change our own lives by ourselves? Yes or no? So why the fuck do we keep trying? Why do we keep trying to change our lives by ourselves? Very good. Mike, Kim, very good. Phyllis, very good. Very good. Why did that happen? Right? Sherry, Scott, it stopped. Alex, it took its place. Very good. It replaced the first bottle. It stopped, it stopped, it stopped. Kenzie, it's in the same spot of the other and stopped. It went to rest. Why did it happen? Because it was equal. There was no driving force. It impacted an equal force. It was equal and not more. You know the easiest way for you to sabotage somebody else? Find somebody in the same exact situation and try to buddy up. That is the stupidest thing that you guys can do. Hey Marie, I'm new too. Let's be affiliate marketing buddies and let's work together and let's see if we can make some success together. Yeah, Marie, yeah. That is the most f***ing stupidest thing that any one of you guys can do, but yet still, that is what you guys choose to do. Why? Let's be accountability friends. You don't look at Jason, who's made $10,000 in the past 30 days and say, hey, Jason, let's be accountability buddies. We look at someone and say, hey, Robbie, we haven't made sales yet, so let's be friends. Let's hold each other accountable. What happens? Nothing. Not a thing. Nothing happens. Yeah, you push one person a little bit, but then what happens to you? You stop moving. You end up in the same exact place that other person was in. And then you wonder why. Guys, check out this other assignment, experiment. I have my water bottle right here. Is this equal or greater than this? Which one? Is this equal or greater? All right, so I'm assuming you guys are saying that this is greater. Let's see what happens. Same thing, we're gonna put it right here, all right? You're gonna slide it again, same exact thing. A lot of you guys think that, I'm not sure if it's you guys think that I do magic, voodoo, whatever the hell. A lot of you somehow just start hanging around me and you start making a ton of money. How many of you guys could agree with that statement? With your hands? You start hanging around me, you make a ton of money, and you don't know how the it's happening, but it just starts happening. It's because I can get you guys to move. And it's not just me. I'm not saying I'm the only person to get you guys to move. It's a greater force. It's a greater force. The same exact way that if I want to get to this next level, if I want to get to from where I am right now and hit $1 billion, I can't do that by myself. I'm not that delusional. I know that I'm going to have to find somebody with even greater force than I have. I can't hang out with people that's where I am. It's not going to help me get to $1 billion with a B, capital B. I need a greater force. Each and every one of you guys need a greater force, which then means the people that you are hanging out with currently, are they able to get you to your next level, yes or no? The things that you speak, are those things going to get you to that next level, yes or no? Whatever is active remains active unless acted upon by a force equal or greater than. And whatever is at rest remains at rest unless acted upon by a force equal or greater than. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for your time tonight. I appreciate you guys, and hopefully you guys got my message. The only reason my life changed, I stopped drinking alcohol, I stopped eating McDonald's, I stopped eating meat, I stopped doing all the things, wasn't because of my own willpower. It wasn't because of my own willpower. Trust me, I would love to believe that I'm that strong, but I had help. I had somebody else that acted as an external force that pushed me in that direction. And whatever you guys are looking to accomplish or achieve, you're gonna need an external force to push you in whatever direction.